are back, and today we are going to be making a video about apples. So I've never made apples before, but I think it should be fun. We have white, green, some brown, and some red. Alright, let's get started. Hey guys, we are back, and you know what we're doing. We are doing our apples. So I moved my clay to the side, and I got rid of my green and my brown for right now because we just need our red and our white. So I'm going to pick off a bit of some white, and I'm just going to roll it in a ball, set that aside, and then I'm going to take my red and I'm kind of just flattening it out with my hands, just like this. And then I'm going to take my white and I'm going to put it in the center of my red, and I'm just going to wrap my red around my white. And then I'm going to use my knife and I'm just going to cut the sides off that I don't need. And then I'm going to use some of this red and I'm just going to fill in my white. Just like that. And then I'm going to roll it so we get kind of a smooth surface. And then I'm going to kind of make it like into a ball. And then I'm going to grab, I don't know why I put it back. Oh, I'm going to grab my pointer tool and I'm just going to make a small indent like that. And then I'm going to take my pointer tool and I'm just kind of like rocking it back and forth on the sides. And then I'm going to roll some more. Alright. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to do some more. Get some red, some white, and I'm just going to repeat the process. This time I'm going to get my roller and then I'm kind of just going to roll my red out so I get a nice even thickness, just like that. And I'm going to put my white in the center, and then I'm just going to fold over and cut my sides. Just like that. Roll it some more so I get a nice round ball shape. Just gonna make my dot right there. So the dot is so I know where my stem of my flower is gonna go. So I know what side of my apple I want. Alright. They kind of look like tomatoes, but they're not tomatoes. And I guess I'm going to do one more. So I got my ball. I'm going to take the bread and just roll it out. Okay, then I'm going to take my white and I'm going to roll that. And I'm going to cover all of my sides together. Just like that. Alright, now I'm just rolling everything out. I'm going to take a bigger dot tool and I'm going to make a hole in my apple. Just like that, and then I'm going to use a smaller one and kind of make a smaller hole. Just like that. Alright, now I'm going to leave this aside. I'm going to take some green and I'm going to take some white and I'm going to mix those two colors together. And I'm going to go for this marble green effect look, and I'm going to roll it out. And I'm going to stick it inside my hole. Just like that. Alright, then I'm going to use my pointer tool and I'm just going to make some quick lines. Alright, just like that. And I'm going to leave this one as is. I'm just going to add a brown stem to the top. Just like that. Alright, and we have an apple with a worm coming out of it. That actually looks really cute. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Now for these apples, I am going to put them in the freezer for about 5 minutes. And then we are going to slice them open. And then we will finish them up and get ready to bake. Alright, we'll be right back. And I took them out of the oven, the freezer. So they're nice and hard now. Alright, we are going to slice them open. So one of the apples I'm just going to cut right in half. Alright, this is what our inside looks like. It actually looks pretty good. And the other one I'm going to cut in 4s. So I'm going to find my little dot. And I'm just going to cut. And then cut again. Oh, that looks good. Alright, and as you can see, we have our little apple slices. I am going to cut them once more in quarters. Alright, there we go. Next, I'm going to get my pointer tool, not my pointer tool, my dot tool, and I'm going to use the small side of my dot tool, and I'm just going to make little indents. I don't know if you can see that, but there's little tiny indents right there. And I'm going to do this on both sides. And then I'm going to set the apple aside. And I'm going to do this for all of my apples. Alright, our last apple slice. Just like that. And then I'm going to get my apple, my bigger apples, and I'm going to kind of pinch the bottom a bit. And I'm going to use my side to make like an indent on the apple. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to make 4 little holes, kind of like a butterfly. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Just like that. All right. I think I need black. Alright, next I'm going to go in with some black. And I'm just going to take a little pinch. And I'm going to roll this out. And then I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to carefully stick it on the inside so it looks like seeds. Just like that. Right, so here is my apple. I'm going to do the same for this side. And the same goes for this one. Alright, I'm going to leave those ones and I'm going to put some seeds inside my bigger apple. And then I'm going to get my dot tool and I'm just going to kind of fix it up. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. Just like that. Alright, now I'm going to bake these in the oven and then we will be right back. Hey guys, we are back and our apples came out of the oven. I think they came out really great. So now we're just going to finish them off and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video so far. So here is our apple with our worm in it. I think it came out super cute. And then we have an apple cut in half. Now, when I put the apples in the oven, it was white in the center. But then when it baked, it came out to more like a cream color. And I think it made it even better because they looked really white and apples don't usually look that white inside. So, did add some eye pinholes on some of them. If you saw this one, I added an eye pinhole. Not every single one has an eye pinhole. Alright, I also added an eye pin hole to this worm. And then I added an eye pin hole to a leaf that we can create into charms. Alright, I have gold and silver for my eye pin holes. I do have other colors, but I feel like the gold and silver really work well with certain things, so I just stick to those. Alright, we have our glue. And we're going to glue these down first. Just like that. Now I usually just give it a twist a couple times to make sure it's secured. And then I position so I know where it goes. I feel like gold would go good with this one. Okay. That looks good. Just gonna add some glue on the inside here. So it sticks. Alright. Let's add 2 more eye pins. And just do one of each. Now, these ones came out really good. These ones have the seeds in them, and I think they turned out amazing. Just like that. Looks good. And then we'll go in with our silver eye pen. And we'll do the same. Now, what I like most about these eye pens is that they require sometimes you to twist, because the hole that I make doesn't quite, you know, the eye pen is longer than the hole that I made. But what I like is that all I have to do is twist and it's in. Like, that's it. Add some glue and you're good to go. Other ones with the just like the pointy stick, if it's not long enough, it's not going to go in. So I do like these eye pens. My only concern about them is that sometimes this part is a little bigger than what I wanted. So it's very, very noticeable. And I'm not a fan of that sometimes. Depending on what I've created, sometimes I just need a tiny little eye pen. But that is okay. I can work around that. Alright. So we put all our eye pens in. I'm going to close my glue. Now, if you notice over here, I did take out some brown paint. And I'm just going to add little details to my worms. I'm going to grab my paper and take some glue. Well, not glue, some paint. And I'm just going to add little details with my dot tool on my worm. So I'm just going to put some eyes. On the side of his head. Just like that. And then I'm going to let this sit. And then on my worm that I did over here, I'm just going to put some eyes on him too. Oops. Alright. There we go. I'm like, oh, I just want him to sit somewhere. Where he's not going to get paint everywhere. Alright guys, that is it. We are done. I think they turned out amazing. So pretty. I love apples. See what I mean? That eye pen just looks a little too big, but that's okay. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. And thanks for watching.